Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. My name is Teresa. Today's video is going to be a fun one. We're going to go to Goodwill and I'm going to take y'all along shopping. We're going to do some thrift store shopping and compare some prices. We're going to go out online, see if the Goodwill is offering things at a good deal, and I'm also going to go out and give you some styling ideas. So if you find any of these timeless pieces at your thrift store, make sure to pick them up because I'm going to give you a lot of ideas and inspiration of how you can style these in your home and decorate with them when you purchase them at a really good deal. So my local Goodwill is in Athens, Alabama. So let's go in and see what kind of treasures we can find. A very timeless piece to always look for at the thrift store is white dishes. These are Pottery Barn porcelain salad plates. I priced these out on the Pottery Barn website, and for a set of 12, they were $59. I found these for $2 each, so I definitely put those in my cart. White dishes are a classic choice in home decor because they can instantly create a clean, elegant, and timeless look. Whether you're styling a dining table, some kitchen shelves, or even using plates as decorative accents, white dinnerware works just about in any interior design style. Another timeless item that I found on the Goodwill shelves for $2 was this package of porcelain napkin rings. These white porcelain napkin rings would be ideal for a classic table setting. You can pair these with your woven placemats or chargers, and you can add some beautiful linen napkins of assorted colors. I found this piece right here for $1.09, but what a beautiful embellishment. You could always bring this home, add some rub and buff, and really change the tone of this rose. I went out and did a little research on some, and this one is featured on Pottery Barn. It is almost $100, but it could be so easy to transform the one for $1 at the thrift store into something like this. So always make sure when you're at the thrift store and you see an object and it really catches your eye, really try to let those creative juices go and try to see that piece, in a different light. With a little rub and buff or possibly some paint, you could absolutely transform this piece and make it into something that looks really high end. And for $1, you can turn it into a piece that on Pottery Barn's website costs $100. But look how beautiful it is, styled with a beautiful floral arrangement. I ran across this really pretty metal 3-arm candle holder. It has the cup style holders for your candles, and this was only $3. There's so many things you can do with a piece like this. You can take it home, change the color of the metal, make it gold, or you could spray paint it black. But you could always change the color of something like that. And these, online can run up in the money, so $3 was probably a really good deal on that piece. I also found this beautiful set of wood made in India candle holders. I love the color of these. The large one was $6. I didn't check the price of the smaller one, but it was probably around $4. So for $10, that is a great deal on a pair of some beautiful, good quality candle holders. Now, bird houses and bird cages, they make beautiful home decor. This one right here, the lid lifts, so you could always put, a lot of things in this to style it for your home. You can leave this out all year long and just change out your greenery and your florals. You could also add some beautiful filler balls to this. I also found this really pretty. This one I think is more of a vintage style, but this one is wood and it's got, the metal prongs on it. It was only $3, but what a beautiful piece. Pinterest has a lot of styling ideas for bird cages. So always be on the lookout for, bird cages, and just bring them home and just fill them with seasonal items and decorate your home with them. They add such great texture and just add such a pop of character to any space in your home. Another rare treasure that I found was this beautiful steel watering can. Now this was only $1 at Goodwill. But these right here, these type items are not only functional to water your plants, but when you're not watering your plants, you can also set this up on a table or a shelf and use it for home decor. You could always bring this home, change the color of it. You can spray paint it gold, put some rub and buff on it. You could, paint it black, just pretty much paint it whatever color you want. And for spring and summer, you could do some really fun colors like pink or some light green. When you're not using the watering can, you can always stick some really pretty florals and flowers in it and just set it around in a vignette. Another timeless, beautiful piece I found was this beautiful, really high quality woven rattan charger plate. It was only $4 and they only had one. I wish they had a set of 4, but I will take the one because there are so many things you can do with charger plates. They not only, dress up your dinnerware, but they also are beautiful to set out maybe on some open shelving. Hang this up, as a background. On some open shelving, or hang it on a wall, on a gallery wall. Maybe you have a collection of some other wicker pieces, but they style so pretty with your dinnerware, your napkins, and your napkin rings. It can just take your tablescape to a whole new level. Now, even though I just found one, maybe in the future I'll find some more and add to my set. Another timeless piece and some decor that I love to find out at the thrift store because you can find it so budget friendly are topiaries. This one was only $3. I love the little pot. But these are great to pick up because you can make a collection of these, and once you get some collected, you could always vary the height of these in a vignette, place these, on your kitchen bar, maybe a kitchen island, maybe a foyer table. But it adds such a great beautiful piece. It looks like it come from nature, but you can just, like I say, as you find them, make a collection and put them all together, and before you know it, you will have some beautiful pieces that you can display in your home, and you don't have to water them because they're faux, but they look like they're real. Here's a piece right here that I thought was really interesting, and I wasn't really sure what it was, but let's do some research on it and see if we can find out what its purpose was, where it was sold, and maybe get a price for it. This right here, I think, is what it was. It looks like it was a home essentials utensil caddy. It looked like, there's one that was on sale on eBay for around the $30 range. This looked like it come maybe in different colors. This is a pretty pink one. And it also looks like you could have bought the piece like this, very similar, at home in the white for $15. So it looks like several retailers probably sold this piece, but you could easily get that green one, paint it whatever color you wanted, and you could put some, plant some plants in it, or use it for its, original purpose, a utensil caddy. Now, wicker trays are always a great thing to find, especially at the thrift store. This one was at the front of the store, and it was beautifully styled. This one is $7, and I went out and did some research on it, and this was originally a hearth and hand wicker tray that was sold at Target. So I love the woven design, but I especially love those brass accents and those handles. But they just styled it with a mug, some beautiful florals, a candle, and a stack of books. But anytime you find woven trays out like this at a good deal at the thrift store, these are timeless pieces. You can bring these home, leave them out all year long, and have fun styling them. Another timeless piece that you can find a lot of times at thrift stores at really good deals is wicker baskets. Now, I have a small home, so wicker baskets are my friend because you can not only use them for beautiful home decor, but also for storage. Now, this shelf right here was just loaded down with some beautiful items that would be beautiful for spring and summer. This vintage wicker tray right here was really pretty, and they had it styled with these really pretty floral clear glass drinking glasses. These were only $1.09, and they had a set of 6, but I thought those would be so pretty on a tablescape for spring. Now this looks like this is hand blown glass, and this is probably a very expensive vase. Goodwill had it marked $31.99, but look how beautiful that is. Now I want to go back to these beautiful dogwood stems and give you some decorating ideas for these. I think that bunch, and there was probably several stems in that bunch, and I think Goodwill had a mark for $14. I think that was probably an excellent deal. But you could easily style these in any kind of vase that you have. Style these on your kitchen island or a foyer table, and what a great touch these make for a really pretty spring and summer tablescape. So just keep your eye out for faux florals at your thrift store, and a lot of times you can find some really good deals on these. And you can also, shop for these. I'm sure, find some on Amazon, and Hobby Lobby will probably have a good deal on those also. Now I had to go back to these beautiful floral drinking glasses. I wanted to go out just to see, if I could get any kind of information on those. And a lot of these that are out there online were running up in the money. I think $13 each for a glass. Goodwill had those for only $1. So I think those would be a great deal to really decorate and make a really pretty spring and summer tablescape. Now I am always going over in the candle section at my Goodwill, and a lot of times you can find candles brand new in the box. These right here would be a great item to go on and pick up and store for the fall season. A lot of metal items that are very random at my Goodwill, but I love to go down this shelf because you never know what kind of, item you're going to find and what its purpose could be. Now, I always love going and looking at the end caps because a lot of times they stick some really pretty home decor pieces out there. In this day, they had this really pretty vintage glass bowl. It was silver, had silver around the edge. And then also, I thought that gold heart in that gold stand was really unique. They have a lot of little pots. So if you're looking for unique, vessels to put plants or faux flowers in, Goodwill and the thrift store is a great place to look for timeless pieces like this. I thought this piece right here was very unique. And remember, you can always bring pieces like this home, spray paint them, give them a whole new life. So now I wanted to show y'all these really pretty Votive candle holders. These were really pretty. They had a set of 3. I'm not real sure where they purchased these, but for $3, those are absolutely beautiful. You could style these in a beautiful sunroom, put some Votive candles in them, and I think those would be so pretty for spring and summer. Now, I'm always looking for all the seasons, and I thought that white nutcracker was really neat. He was just on the end cap with a lot of random items, so you really have to get in there and dig. But look at this beautiful cherub angel. I thought she was absolutely beautiful, and she would be so pretty styled on a stack of books. Some more great pieces that you can find at your thrift store a lot of times is bathroom accessories. This right here is beautiful to set your soap in, and they also have the little toothbrush caddy. This right here is so pretty, and for $3 you can't beat the price. Now, I thought this was a really pretty bowl, and blue and white is such beautiful colors for spring and summer. I'm pretty sure that was probably a Dollar Tree bowl, but it was absolutely beautiful. I love the colors of it. This black and white swirl candle holder really caught my eye. I'm not sure a lot about it, but it was only $2. I was able to find this one just like the one I saw at Goodwill on eBay for $20. So $2 was a really good deal. Now, my thrift store a lot of times has a lot of Pioneer Woman pieces. So if you collect Pioneer Woman, keep your eye out at the thrift stores because you can probably get some really good deals. But they a lot of times do mark it up. But look at those beautiful designs for spring and summer. They had several pieces that would be absolutely gorgeous to style in your kitchen. Now, I love gravy boats, and this little steel metal one right here was really pretty. So many ideas of how you can decorate a little piece like this. My thrift store had this one for $1, but look at all the inspiration and ideas of how you can decorate a simple little piece like that and really add a lot of character to it. My Goodwill always has a good shelf and aisle for vases, and you can find, clear glass, but a lot of times you can also find some that are ceramic and are very unique pieces. These right here would be really pretty. If you don't want to show the wording, you could always turn those around, but beautiful pieces for spring. Now let's go back to this shelf right here where we found those beautiful floral glasses. If you know what this piece is, please let me know down below. I could not decide what you would use that for. It was only $2, but a very interesting piece. Now, I love some beautiful open shelving decorative pieces, and this right here would be really pretty for $1 to set out on some open shelving. Okay, y'all, that's going to wrap up our thrift store shopping and ideas and inspiration for how to decorate some of those timeless pieces. Make sure to come back next week because I'm going to show y'all some of the items that I purchased and how I'm going to decorate them and use them in my home. I also want to bring y'all along and show y'all some of the spring decorating that we're doing outside. It is mulch season, so we have went around and refreshed a lot of our flower beds that are really blooming, putting on the flowers and the blooms, and absolutely love this time of year because it's so nice to get to go around and refresh all the areas that really, still had a lot of dead and those touches of wintertime. I love to go through and refresh the outside of my home just as much as the inside. Make sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know if you are outside working in your flower beds and how your weather is in your area. I know some areas are probably still experiencing, some cooler temperatures, and, you may not have, things growing as fast as some other areas. So make sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know how your weather is and if you're outside enjoying the beautiful spring weather. Until the next video, I hope all of y'all have a blessed week, and I'll plan to see all of y'all back here next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye, y'all.